Hi, beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about spiritual protection. So, spiritual protection can be very complex if you look at it in a complex way. There's different layers around it. It's basically based on spiritual hygiene. Now, you are energy, everything is energy. Your body has a certain frequency because of your vibration, because of your thoughts, your beliefs. And everything that you do in your life creates a certain frequency, right? Which is your body. Okay. So now, when you're going to be doing spiritual hygiene or spiritual protection, it's not only about being defensive or feeling fearful. A lot of people go into because they're afraid of being spiritually attacked. Spiritual hygiene and spiritual protection, how to keep your frequency high and not be affected by low frequencies, basically, right? Now, the first layer is yourself. And then the second layer is the environment that you put yourself in. So you have a lot of control over the self. You're able to understand that when you think in a certain way, maybe feeling stressed, maybe you're depressed, maybe you're worried, that can also cause your vibration to drop. And then it opens you up to lower frequencies, basically. So you're opening a doorway when you are exposing yourself to low frequency activities, maybe low frequency thoughts and ideologies and perceptions. Right now, that's where the hygiene comes in. So your body, you take it wherever you go. Your mind is normally linked to your worldview and the places that you go to and the people that you associate with and the contents or the information that you absorb on a day-to-day basis. Now that can be controlled, right? So when you want to, for example, reset yourself, it's all about you understanding that every thought, every perception, every assumption has a vibrations, either a low vibration or a high vibration. A low thought that makes you feel down about yourself right now. The first thing we do it in spiritual protection is to know, right, that you need to set boundaries and when to say no. When you need to say no to certain things, you say no. That also helps your energy and it protects you from low frequencies, right? So boundaries are important. Understand when to say no, right? And always put yourself first, your own health and your own physical health and your own psychological health. So if you, for example, decide to be in a toxic relationship, you are dropping your frequency. You are not protecting yourself. You are allowing yourself to be connected to somebody or people that are very toxic. For example, in a romantic relationship, you've opened yourself to be abused, criticized, to be insulted, to be physically abused, psychologically abused. And that is now all frequency and energy, which now you are no longer protecting yourself. You are opening yourself to the violence. Now remember that violence is not only the physical act, but also the verbal act. Words can be very violent. Words can be low frequency. Words can actually traumatize you. Now, it's your responsibility as a person to actually protect yourself. You choose the people that you associate yourself with. You choose the relationships that you engage yourself into. Now, if you think somebody who has a family member who's very toxic or family members that are toxic, again, you have choice to associate yourself with them all the time and spend time with them, or you have choice to excuse yourself and don't spend too much time with people that are toxic. Okay. How does toxic people look like? Always complaining, always critical, always talking down about other people, got nothing positive to say about any person. They're always complaining about what people are doing and people are not doing. They're complaining about life. They're complaining about money. Like they don't have money. They don't, the people are just never positive at all. They got nothing good to say about life and about themselves and about other people. Toxic people are constantly wanting to have conflict, always looking for something to fight for, fight over. So those type of people, they low vibration. They will affect your frequency. They will allow your energy to drop. They will affect it that way, right? That's why it's important for you to understand that your spiritual protection is about your own choices. Physically, who you associate yourself with, right? Another practice is forgiveness, letting go of things that people say about you that are hurtful, because when you hold that grudge, you're dropping your frequency, right? So prayer is also very important. Okay, so you got to set yourself up for to win in life, and winning in life is about always protecting your energy, your frequency. Hi, sweetie pie, how you doing? The way and hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining my live. I'm Sasian. If you're new here to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. My channel is about spirituality, self development, and self awareness. Right on my channel, we speak about spiritual concepts, we speak about self-development concepts as well. So now, if you want to have a happy life, you have to guard your spiritual energy. You got to guard yourself. You have to engage in spiritual protection. Okay, as I said earlier on in my life, when I started my life, there's many layers regards to spiritual protection. Okay, there's a simple basic concept where you're focusing on yourself. How do I think about life? Who do I associate myself with? How do I take care of my body? Do I wash myself? Often have showers and baths to release the negative energies. Remember that when you accumulate all these biological items on your body, like for example, you're sweating because you're exercising and stuff like that, and you're moving your body. If you don't cleanse your body, it affects your whole frequency. That's why cleanliness is close to godliness, as they say, right? It's very important for you to clean your body, to wash your hair, to wash your clothes, because all that is all linked to you, and it will affect your spiritual energy. It will affect your spiritual health. You brush your teeth and keep your mouth clean. That also affects your spiritual health as well. So, spiritual protection starts from the mundane actions we can engage in on the everyday basis. Every single day, we have a bath, we brush our teeth. Okay, we wash our hair maybe once a week or whenever you feel like, they come, but you engaging in water, you're cleansing, you're taking away toxins, right? Now, there is practices spiritually where you can intentionally do a spiritual bath, right? Now, that takes a lot of like a ritual type of concept. So you can use herbs as well, like, different types of herbs to cleanse yourself, to remove all that energies, and with intention you say, I now remove. You can use even simple salt is also powerful. Simple raw sea salt is very powerful. Even if you go to the beach and you collect the sea water there, or you jump in the beach and you have a good swim in the ocean, you're cleansing yourself as well. But again, you can make it intentional by you dipping yourself in the water and saying, and now release all the stress, I release all the negative energies that have been attached to me. I now release them, right? It's the same simple thing. It's not too complex to engage in spiritual cleansing and spiritual protection, because you are energy, and because you're energy, you also open to attract other energies as well. Your frequency can be affected by your surroundings, by the people you associate with, by the practices that you practice. If you are hateful and unforgiving as well, and after a long time, right, your body starts getting a low frequency, because we around our bodies are what we call the aura. Now, we all have aura or energy bodies around our bodies, okay? And there's different levels of life, like, for example, emotional body. So unforgiveness is linked to the emotional body. And when your emotional body is full of heavy emotions of unforgiveness and hate and deceit and all those things, it drops your frequency. And then what happens? You begin to attract more situations are linked to that specific frequency that you now have set yourself into. This is all about being accountable. Spiritual protection is not about being afraid of people attacking you. It's about being aware about your own frequency of yourself, being aware of yourself. What am I doing to actually open myself to low frequencies? The next step is, where am I taking myself to? Who am I engaging myself with as well? When you say my name, it will make my day. Oh, your name is Vanessa. Is that Vanessa Darwish or something? How are you doing, my love? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining my live. Right, today we are talking about spiritual cleansing, spiritual hygiene, okay? Wherever you take your body, it's going to determine the type of frequencies that you're going to be engaging with, like nightclubs and bars. A lot of low frequency people that are depressed frequent bars, people that are looking for something outside of themselves to make themselves happy. Right? We all know when people feel down and sad and maybe frustrated and hurt, they tend to turn to alcohol. Right? Now, if you somebody that don't frequent those places, but you spend time drinking alcohol in your house, you sad, you're frustrated, you don't have money, you lost your job, or you frustrated with colleagues in the workspace, you engage in drinking some alcohol or a couple of uh, um, glasses of wine or cans of beer, and then you get drunk. That's a frequency now you're actually creating in your own home, right? So now you find that, why is everything not working out in your home? You're constantly having arguments with your girlfriend, with your partner, because of the frequency you have actually created. Because alcohol or alcohol is not something that is healthy. You understand? Now there's 2 points here. There's engaging and there's abusing. Unfortunately, because alcohol is so addictive, people tend to become addictive to it. And I think that I'm a social drinker. I drink every weekend in my home, or every night, every after work. I have a couple of bottles of wine sometimes. And you know that it's very unhealthy for a person to be consuming copious amounts of alcohol, right? The content of alcohol in there is very high. Now we have different types of wines. We got the rosés, right? And we have the real wine, right? The real strong wine. But at the end of the day, the more you do something, it becomes a habit. You find it, okay, one night on a Monday, I'm finishing one bottle of wine. You should ask yourself, why do I need to finish a bottle of wine? And why do I even need to have 2 glasses of wine, or 1 glass every night? What is the purpose for that, right? So people also have another this concept with alcohol, right? That when you are eating in your home, right, like in those bougie homes that can afford this type of thing, they have wine with the food, right? They have the alcohol beverage with the food, right? That when that becomes such a habit that you cannot live without that type of thing frequency, and then it just increases every single day. You're having wine, 2 or 3 glasses of wine with your meal. Ask yourself why, because how does it help you, and what is it really doing to your frequency? Now, the more you engage in something like alcohol and becomes a habit, you actually lowering yourself. You're lowering your protection, because the alcohol, it does a certain chemical effects on our bodies, which also affects our energetic body as well. Not only the physical, but also the energetic body. So the more you engage in something that's actually toxic to the body, because what happens is this: your spiritual defenses drop when you engage in alcohol, and a large amounts of alcohol. A lot of people don't know when to stop, and they call themselves social drinkers, right? Now, when you open yourself to entities connected to that frequency that you're actually engaging in, you are depressed, you're tired, you're frustrated, you need something to unwind. As I say, I need to unwind. So I have a couple of glasses of wine a day, right? Now, when I come back from work, before you know it, you're having a whole bottle of wine. Now you are going overboard because you're not really being intentional. Remember, it creeps into you. It's a habit that goes out of hand. Then you open up to low frequencies, that frequency of that, oh, I hate my job, I'm so frustrated with my job. Instead of you facing and dealing with the issue at hand, you're taking something to numb you. Oh, I cannot sleep, I cannot relax without alcohol. So when you're saying that, you should ask yourself, why am I even saying that? Because it's not a normal thing. It's not like I'm drinking water, you're drinking a poison, you're drinking a toxic poison. There's it's poisoning your body, and it's also poisoning your energetic field, and it's dropping your spiritual defenses. So in other words, now that's the frequency that you have, right? So that's why people have a problem getting out of alcoholism, as they call it. It's a disease. It's not only a physical disease, it also a spiritual disease, it's energetic disease as well, because now you have so much sold yourself in it. Alcohol, it causes problems, right? Now, the first point of spiritual protection is to understand what you put in yourself, in your body, is energy. And that energy has a frequency. What is the frequency of alcohol or alcohol? It's not high frequency. And I know a lot of people can say, I cannot have a party or have a good time or relax without alcohol. You should ask yourself, why so? How did I get to a point where I cannot relax without alcohol? Spiritual protection starts with you taking ownership of your life. You go to a party and you offered some juice and you're saying, where's the hot stuff? Where's the alcohol? Where's the wine? Where's the brandy? Where's the gin? Ask yourself, why do you need those things? Because you've already programmed yourself in your mind to think, okay, party equates to indulging in alcohol. Having a good time equates to indulging in alcohol, and it goes out of hand. Now you are not being spiritually clean. You are opening yourself to lower frequencies. All right, because we all know that drinking alcohol, it's claimed to be connected with partying and having a good time, but it's normally a source of numbing yourself. It's normally a source of just wanting to numb yourself from your reality. Let me just go out and have a party and forget my life problems. But in the meantime, you're opening yourself to more problems, because now you are now creating an addiction. And a lot of people, because of their bloodlines, their families, they have addiction issues, right? Because of the whole thing. And if we don't live consciously of what our weaknesses are in our families, it becomes a problem. Sometimes even gambling, you see, because addictions come in different formats. Now, that is not being very spiritually clean, because you shouldn't have anything controlling you, anything, not even food. Not even food should control you, because people even get food addictions, because again, you're using that substance to numb you. You're using that substance to numb you because you don't want to face your problem. Go and speak to that person that hurt you. Go and speak to your mom that's neglecting you. Go and do something about it instead of numbing yourself with food, with alcohol, even sometimes with drugs, with narcotics, like, for example, marijuana. Now, these things are neutral until we abuse them. These things are neutral until we abuse them, okay? So it's a well-known fact that substances, when you are addicted to something, that it will and it can destroy your life, especially if you allow it to, and you're not engaging in spiritual protection, spiritual hygiene. Now, let's go back further. Now you have the habits, right, about yourself and where you're taking yourself and what you engage in yourself in. And now you are in your home, how to cleanse your home. Now, since you are the energy and everything in your house is an energy, right? So, number one, warding. When you're keeping things in your house that you don't need, you keep on warding. You don't clean your place up. You don't clean the house. You don't open the windows. You don't open the door. You don't do anything like that. You don't let sunshine come into your home. It causes low frequency and stagnation in your home. People have this disease of warding, because they cannot let go of things, again, in emotional attachment to items, to material things. Like how we can get emotionally attracted to people, we can get emotionally attracted to things. And that is a spiritual or energetic disorder, psychological disorder, where a person cannot get rid of something. They keep hoarding things. The places, there's no space for the thing, but they just keep it there. They feel connected to that, to the item, to the material things. Small, silly things like cartons and boxes that you bought your items, maybe your food items in. Or maybe big, expensive things, maybe like TVs that are not working anymore, or laptops that are not operational anymore, or anything else that you were using before. You can't get rid of it. You attach yourself to it. Somehow it seems like it's like when that thing goes, it's like you're losing something, a part of you, right? You feel you're losing something. That's how it is, right? So people get connected and attached to the material things. Now, when you start hoarding, because everything is energy, and when energy is not moving and it's stifled, and the windows are not open, the air is not coming in, it causes problems. It causes a low frequency. That's why they say if you haven't used something for 6 months or more, you should get rid of it. Even clothing items in your wardrobe, you hoard, you keep on buying new things, but you don't let go. You don't give to charity, you don't let go and give to other people. Even sell the items if you wish to, as long as you're releasing that energy to go out, because everything is carrying a certain frequency from the factory to you, then you started wearing it, right? From the factory to the shop to you, then you start wearing it. That energy that was from the shop comes to you. That's why a lot of people don't wash their clothes that they're newly bought. Right now, that's very important to wash your clothes that are newly bought, because that those clothing items have frequency and energy attached to them. So it comes from the factory, it goes to the warehouses, then it goes to the shops or the outlets, shopping outlets, right? Then you go and you buy it. So that item is carrying energy. It's carrying sometimes even dust and dirt and all things, and even moths and insects that were crawling on the items. That's why it's important for you to wash those things before you put them on your body. And another important thing when it comes to clothing is don't share your clothing with other people, because what I wear carries my frequency and my energy. That's why witchcraft and stuff like that on people, negative, malevolent witchcraft of hurting other people that use their clothing items, because it's carrying your energy. So you now wearing somebody else's clothes, you're going to be affected by that person's energy, all that person's problems. Spiritual hygiene is also how you behave, how you treat your body. So your clothing items must be clean all the time. Wash your clothes in some running water, in fresh water. Don't wear other people's clothes, because you are trading, or you're taking their energy. And now you're going to be wondering what's wrong, why my life is not going well. Because all that person's problems, now you put it on your body, because energy does not die. Okay, when you're washing something, you're cutting cords, right? Now you bought something new, nobody else wore it. But now if you're wearing something somebody else wore, and even if you wash it, that person's energy field is still on those clothes. Because number one, it doesn't belong to you. So don't exchange your clothing items with other people. Right? If that people buy from thrift shops, when you buy from a thrift shop, you're supposed to also cut cords, especially if you're somebody who's selling to thrift shops. You don't cut cords. People are not aware about the fact that everything is connected. Our clothing items, like the top I'm wearing now, has my energetic signature. There's cords on it. You understand? So if I want to give it away to somebody else, I should be cutting the cords, or else I don't give it away at all. And even when you're throwing clothes away as well, it's good to destroy the clothes totally if you're not going to give it away, instead of you throwing the cloth item intact, because there are people in the homeless people that be wearing your clothes, and especially people that know you and want some to do some painful magic or spell on you. They will take the clothing item because they know that you threw that item away, and that item belongs to you, and they can do some very painful magic on you, malevolent magic spells on you. That's why everything is connected, because there's a coding, there's an ethereal connection we have with items that we use on a constant basis. Every item that you use, like for example, myself, right? I'm somebody who uses a wheelchair. I got two wheelchairs, right? I use electric wheelchair and I use a manual one, okay? These wheelchairs have my own ethereal connection to it. That chair that you sit on in the office, or that chair that you sit on in your home, in your sofa, has a ethereal connection. Okay, now that everything is energy. You understand? So when you are engaging in these type of things, be aware, right, that energetic cleansing, spiritual hygiene is important. Treat your body and treat your clothes with respect. Don't be changing and gifting people with your clothes. Not gifting, but you are now borrowing. That's not a good practice. Not at all. Because that person's frequency you now will not pick up and then be wondering why my life is going so horrible. Right? So we touched on that, right? So let's move on. So the other concepts of protection, protecting your home. Open the windows, let the air out, clean your house, dust, you get rid of cobwebs, right? Get rid of cobwebs. You can do that monthly where you clean the walls and remove all the cobwebs. Very important, right? Another way you can also do your cleansing is by prayer. Pray in your house. You keep in your house nice and clean. You pray over your house as well. You speak. And you don't fight and try and avoid fighting and conflicts in your house. Don't do that because it also causes a frequency. You understand? When a couple or family members are continuously fighting and fighting and fighting in a home, it causes thought forms. These negative thought forms, they get stuck in the walls and everywhere in the house. You understand? And then they create more havoc in your home. You trying to make peace, but you cannot get the peace because the negative thought forms are stuck. You understand? There's no forgiveness. The energy doesn't die, it stays. You understand? So it's very important for you to understand that your home is your sanctuary. It's a place of comfort, place of love, a place of peace, a place of well-being. Your home is your sanctuary, so treat it as so. If you want to have an argument, and there's no need to have arguments, there's truly no need to have arguments. And if you do have an argument, you say, I'm sorry, I love you. I should not have done what I done, and I should not have said what I said. So forgiveness also neutralizes it. But now if you're continuously fighting and there's no forgiveness, you see, that's where the problem is. There's no love. There's no energy to counter that other energy that you're all now creating in a home. It's normal for people to have arguments in a home, but if there's no forgiveness and letting go and understanding, and you know what I'm trying to say, healing from the arguments, it causes problems in your home. That's when it becomes so negative and stagnant because there's no other energies to counter it. Because having your arguments and having your disagreements is a normal thing. Okay, now this is how it works. Okay, say for example, if you have a situation where you're constantly fighting with your partner, constantly arguing and calling each other names, constantly, and there's no love, feelings, or emotions to counter that other feeling of negativity. Before you know it, the house is full of negative energy. Before you know it, people are feeling sick. You're feeling sick. You got flus. Your energy, because it affects your immune system as well. Your immune system is start dropping. You're always having flus. You got headaches and everything like that because there's constant fighting and in the home, right? Constantly fighting and arguing without getting or seeking a solution. Then it becomes toxic. You see, that's why it's important for you to understand that your home is a sanctuary. Okay, we had an argument and I'm sorry. I apologize for what I said and what I did. I do believe that I was horrible. I should have approached the situation differently. I love you. You hug the person. Now you're spreading energy of more high frequency energy, right? This is so in every other place. Wherever there's human beings who are constantly at battle, constantly fighting each other, it causes low frequencies. Now that puts your frequency in low frequency, your energy drops because you're in this place where there's all this negative energy, right? So in a workspace, same concepts. In a workspace where people in struggle, people are frustrated, maybe the management is toxic, the management is abusive verbally and everything. You find people feeling so depressed. Some offices, you walk into the office and you just feel the energy drop. You just feel the vibration drop because the people, they are not feeling safe, not feeling happy, not feeling open to be themselves, because where there's low frequency, because somebody's a narcissist in the office, maybe the manager's not a narcissist, you can feel how people feel. People will be saying things like, I can't wait to get another job, I can't wait to move from this department. Now, if you're not able to move from the department, you can also be able to keep your own spiritual hygiene intact, like your workspace. You walk into the office. Now, I like to get to the office very early. I pray over my place. I pray over my place before I even get there. Before leave my home, I'm already praying over my workspace. I'm already blessing every single person. You see what I mean? You get who you are. If you somebody is low frequency, you're gonna be getting those low frequency experiences as well. If you somebody that's hateful and narcissist and you don't like people, you're going to get the same thing. The environment that you go to will be the same. So if you somebody that's high vibration, who's loving the world and loving people and loving themselves, you're able to raise your frequency. That is spiritual hygiene, your own accountability. Your body, your frequency is your business. Okay, so if you want your environment, your workspace to be a place where there's still negative energy, but it's not overwhelming the place, meaning that you are not allowing it, and the people that you are attracted to as well are not perfect, because every single person that we work with is not there by accident. Every single person in that we connect with, the department that you work in, the company that you work at, it's not an accident. It has to be an alignment. When you apply for a job, many jobs, you don't get all those jobs, right? You get one specific place where you're going to work because you aligned energetically. That's how it works. So everything begins with you. When your energy is high vibrational, and yeah, not that you're perfect, because we do have bad days. We have that days where we feel down, but not it's being a situation whereby you're constantly down. You're constantly feeling down, you're constantly negative, you're constantly angry, right? Then you will be aligned to a place that's aligned to your energy. So nothing happens by accident or by coincidence, right? So spiritual protection is very important. You are responsible for your own energy and your own frequency as well, right? Now, cleansing your home, there's many ways of doing it. Sage, impepo, African impepo, African sage. You can use that and other items as well to cleanse your home. You can use incense as well, right? There's a lot of things you can use to clean your floors. You can put some salt in your water, clean your floors very well. You can put some lemon, a fresh lemon with some salt, as I said in my previous live as well, to in every corner of your room, in your house, in your bedroom, in your lounge, right? Put um, a saucer and put a lemon there and cut like a cross, and then pour salt in the grooves of the cut that you made, and you put it there, and it absorbs all the negative energy. It absorbs all the negative energies, right? Remember, everything is energy, so we need to be aware of our environment, ourselves and our environment. Your home is your sanctuary. Keep it clean energetically. Keep it clean energetically, okay? If somebody does something very bad in a certain place, that energy doesn't really go anywhere until it's cleansed and cleansed by the people in that environment. And just water, clean you up, your place clean. Wash your linen, wash your clothes, wash your underwear. Now you're cleaning and you're removing all the low frequencies, okay? And then also, another you could do in your home, as I said before, was pray over your home. Speak light and love over your home. Have some pot plants as well. Plants are also wonderful for keeping the vibration high in your space, okay? And you don't need to have a huge space to have at least one or two plants, pot plants. With bigger leaves, that's also preferable, because the leaves can also absorb that energy as well, that negative energy, and make the place cleaner. So spiritual protection is easy, it's not complex. It doesn't mean that you're afraid of something or people, but it means that you are being aware of your environments and your surroundings. Very important to know that, right? So a negative mindset is a problem. Excuse me. A negative mindset is a problem, because when you have a negative mindset, your energy drops. When you are hopeful, grateful, happy, appreciative, and we're not telling you must be giddy all the time. We don't have to, but just have a nice neutral balance in your frequency. You get sad sometimes, but you don't stay sad. You get angry sometimes, but you don't stay angry. It must not be your core frequency. That will help you, excuse me, it'll help your frequency to understand that you are accountable. Life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. And when we say that, that means that we are responsible for our own life experience. And it's easier to blame circumstances, people, and situations for your current situation or your life experiences. It's easier to blame other people and just don't be accountable. But now you're not owning yourself, you're not being a sovereign being when you're blaming other people. You're not being mature about life. So when you want spiritual protection, you need to understand it's about taking accountability. Where do I go? The people I associate myself with. How am I thinking? What am I eating? Okay, so there is a concept that people say that eating animals is low frequency because the animal died and was killed. Okay, that is the truth. Okay, because everything is energy. But then again, it's not every person's truth because the world is engaging a lot in animal eating. Okay, now that's a choice as well. But not every single person engages in these activities. Okay, not every single person is eating animal meat, especially now we have the growth of veganism and plant-based eating and stuff like that. Right now, somebody like myself who has been a vegetarian for a very long time, right, and I know how difficult it is. But remember, your food must also be aligned to how your body is, how it makes your body feel. So it's not only about caring about the animals, but caring about yourself. How does my body feel when I engage in copious amounts of bacon and dairy and stuff like that? How does my body feel? How do I feel? Right? How does my body operate? Does it operate better on a plant-based food or on animal products? Okay, so people focus on weight loss and weight gain and stuff like that, right? So look at people look at food in different aspects as a fuel for me to lose weight or to gain weight, or as a fuel for me to, for example, be more physically active, more energy. What type of foods can give you more energy? They forget the part of how does it make you feel? Do you sleep better at night? Does your skin more clearer? Is your mind more alive and active? Or you're more joyful and alive when you eat a certain type of food? So now we should be thinking about all those things, okay? Energetically, how does the food make me feel? Now, I'm somebody who's been a vegetarian, so I've engaged in having some eggs now and again. Like last month, I did eggs and cheese and stuff like that. But I noticed a clear, distinct feeling in my body. I felt more numbed down. I felt more tired, and I didn't have enough energy because it takes a lot of your energy for your body to absorb and process heavy proteins. Now everything has proteins, even plants, plant eating like legumes and beans and the broccolis and the spinaches and all those things all have protein. Even fruits have different degrees of protein depending on the fruit. Right. So everything living has a form of protein in it. But people say, no, yes, the meat is the best. Yes, it might be. But the question is, how does your body feel? Are you able to operate better on a certain type of fuel? Let's look at it that way. My car, my vehicle, my body performs better when I eat a certain type of food. You know what I'm trying to say? Very important. Your fuel is your energy, and your energy is all frequency, right? Now, remember, your condition is connected to your food. Your physical condition is connected to your food. It's connected to your vibration. It's connected to your perceptions, your worldview. You understand? All these things are making up you. So you need to be able to feel how you feel when you eat a certain type of food. Or I feel like this when I eat a lot of fruits, or I feel like this when I eat a lot of meat, what they call it, keto, a lot of meats and fats and all those things. How does it make you feel? Don't only think about, the fat loss. Don't only think about my body, think about your energy, your frequency, who you are, because that's the main part of you that's attracting everything in this reality. Spiritual hygiene, spiritual protection. Understand that your body is so important. The feelings that you're having. How do you sleep at night when you engage in copious amounts of, for example, beef, steak, and eggs only, and you don't have nothing else? How does it make you feel? Don't only focus on, oh, my body looks slender, oh, my body looks sexy, I got what's a six ab or six pack ab, whatever this what it may be. Now you should also consider, how does it make me feel? How do I feel in my body when I'm engaging in this type of eating, this eating plan? Because we're so connected with the aesthetics. We're not connected to the spiritual parts of us. We're so connected to the aesthetics. Oh, my body is everything. Your body is not everything. Your body is just a small part of you. Your body is important, yes, but your body is a small part of who you are, because you are spirit having a human experience. Right? And when you pass and leave this place, you leave your body behind and your spirit goes. So what's more important? The body is only for this experience in the physical world, and you never die really, because death is really a lie. We move on, we live on forever. But yeah, in this experience, I'm sissy in this lifetime, and I'm like this. I've got this family background. I got this situation in my life. I've got this food type of preference, and yeah, make the best of what you have, and make sure that you're feeling your best. Make sure that your body is operating perfectly. Again, spiritual hygiene. Make sure that what you're consuming with your body is allowing your body to perform perfectly. What you put in your mouth, when you're chewing, how does it feel when it's digesting? Even after digestion, how does it feel? And then how do you feel in your day-to-day life? Are you more brighter in your mind? Certain foods will dumb you down, like processed foods, for example. Now, remember, person will talk about balance. Somebody has asked me, what Sicilian, this is life, and then it's not good to be too extreme. Yes, you need balance. You can have a small bit of processed foods, very, very small, just 1%, very, very small. The rest of your food, the 99% of the food that you're consuming, should be healthy food that adds value, it adds wellness, and makes you youthful. Because again, the aging concept is focused on how we treat our bodies. You understand? There are people that eat a certain type of lifestyle, a type of food, and they live longer. Their perceptions are higher frequency. They're not focusing, oh, I'm getting old, oh, time is running out, oh, I'm getting gray. No, they're focusing on one thing, having fun, enjoying life. Again, worldview, energeticness, it's worldview. Having a spiritual hygiene is also be aware of your worldview. Is it uplifting? Is it pessimistic? Is it negative? Is it depressing? How are you thinking every single day? What do you think about yourself and life? You understand how you're engaging in life? That's all spiritual hygiene. Because your thoughts play a big, 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 big role in your experience in this life. Your thoughts play a big, big role in this experience in this life right now. If you are always depressed, always complaining, always negative, you will attract negative situations, negative entities, friends that are negative, negative experiences, because you're in that vibration, is your core vibration. As I said, no one is perfect, right? So nobody can be totally high vibrational every single day at every single moment of the day. That's impossible. But you should have a core frequency. So we have a core frequency, like this is how I'm mostly. When things are not going so good for me, I'm feeling so depressed, or I'm under pressure, my frequency drops a little, but not too much. And then, but my core frequency is optimisticness, being happy, being grateful, being joyful of life. It's all about having spiritual hygiene and know thyself. Know thyself more than other people know you. Try and understand who you are. So, how do we get there? Self reflection. Knowing thyself is about taking time to be in meditation, time to be in reflecting, journaling, time alone, put the social media off, put the TV off, tell a friend to give you some time, have some time alone. Prayer, very, very important. And how you walk into the in prayer is thankfulness. The first thing you do, you thank spirits, you thank God, you thank your ancestors, whatever you believe in. You thank the universe, you thank nature, you thank Mother Gaia, whatever you say, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for where I am at this moment. I've had a wonderful day. Thank you for the wonderful people in my life. Don't forget the people in your life. They play a big role in your life experience because remember, your people are not there by accident. They're there to challenge you, they're there to stretch you, they're there to support you, they're there to be your cheerleaders as well. Now, everybody has a villain in their stories. You might have maybe what we call them enemies, right? But I don't like to see people as being enemies. They my villains, certain villains that makes the story more interesting, okay? To stretch me, to grow me. Spiritual hygiene is not about making everybody an enemy in your life. Just because a person didn't give you the thing you wanted, or even if that person spoke bad about you, it's their moments of weakness. Don't own it. Don't now hate that person. Yeah, when you're angry, you can say it, but then subconsciously you understand that what you said is not very wholesome. It's not good. You can take it back and say, yes, I will correct myself here. I don't hate that person. I dislike what they are doing. I dislike what they said, but I'm now releasing them. You understand? Holding emotional enemies is not spiritual hygiene. Holding emotional energies is not spiritual hygiene. Right? So you let go of people and what they did. Let them go. And don't be constantly holding a grudge over somebody who did something in their moments of weakness. In their moments of weakness, maybe like envy, in the moments of their anger, in the moments of their frustration. Just let's give each other grace. That's another part of spiritual hygiene is giving people grace. Give yourself grace as well. Don't be too hard on yourself. And don't be too hard on other people as well. Give them grace. Pray for them and say, I forgive you. I'll let it go. I understand that it was said or done in the moments of weakness. But now if you're gonna say, oh, you always do this, you like this, and you'll never change, you're now sealing the deal. Now you are saying, okay, I'm okay with that person being the way they are towards me. I'm okay with their negativity and the way they operate, right? Now that's what happens is now you're causing that person to be more like that. Let go. Thank you for liking my live story pie. Let go. Let go. A person can hate you doesn't mean they are bad people. They don't understand you. So they think they hate you, but don't hate you. A person can be angry and do bad things to you. It doesn't mean they're bad people. They moved and they act in the movements in the moments of weakness. We all have moments of weakness where we get angry. I'm sure you have been angry before when you said something very painful, very negative about another person. Every single person has been in that moment. So if we can learn how to let go of those type of things and forgive people, like what Yeshua said to Jesus in the Christian Bible, let go and release, the world will be a better place. That is spiritual hygiene. Don't hold emotional energies. Don't keep those emotions of anger in you for too long. It's normal to be angry. It's normal to be frustrated. It's normal, but don't make it that your core frequency that even it shows in your face. There are people in this world walking with that angry, what you could face. They're so angry with the world. They can never smile. They can never just be calm because they're so angry. Some people hold their frustration. Some people hold their anxiety in their faces because they're not letting go, releasing it. Another thing that meditation helps when you're breathing in and you're breathing out, because meditation goes with breath work as well, right? So when you're breathing in all the wonderful air, the love of God, right? And you're letting out. The love of God means that you are taken care of. You have air to breathe. You have food to eat. You have air. You got water to drink. The love of God means that you have a bed to sleep on, that you have friends and family to take care of you. The love of God means you have a job or you have an opportunity to be employed. The love of God means that or well taken care of by the universe. You are grounded, you can walk, you can move your body, you can dance, you can do all sorts of things. The love of God means you are taken care of. And when you're raising your frequency, you understand the love of God is always there. So if you understand the love of God, you're able to let go and forgive people. And maybe it can take some time because some people can be really narcissists. You understand? And that's okay as well because that's the choice they made in a moment of weakness. And because you keep on doing the same thing, it becomes their core frequency. You need to pray for those people and don't condemn them. Now that's spiritual hygiene. So everything that I speak about on my channel is about frequency and energy. How you um, meet up with life, how you are here for life is based on everything else. How you treat people, how you treat yourself. It's all about energetic spiritual hygiene. Okay, it's very important for us to understand that spiritual protection is about spiritual hygiene. If your hygiene is clean and you're a positive person, you don't take your body to negative places where there's demons and entities and stuff like that. And remember that a demon and entity is all energy. It's all energy, it's low frequency energy based on our own frequencies as well. So humans, and myself included, go around the world creating these entities and also attracting ourselves to these entities because we are matching the frequencies. So how do you create the energy, the entity? Like in your home, you're constantly having your arguments with your boyfriend, your partner, your husband. You're constantly not finding a resolution. You keep on fighting and fighting, and for weeks, days, you don't talk to each other. You're just looking at each other, no talking. I don't want to talk to you. That's causing an energy, a frequency. You're creating an entity in your home of negativity. So the energy now will build up and build up and build up and build up until it becomes so strong and turns into an entity. You understand? That's why when you go to certain places, for example, you bought a new house and you can feel the heaviness in the house. You can feel there's something off in this house. There's entities, little energy pockets here and there of negativity from the previous people that lived there. You understand? That's why when you go to a new home, you cleanse the house. You speak to the house spirits as well. Okay, and hopefully there's no other people that pause there because sometimes the spirits don't move from the house. All depends on the person who paused and how they paused. You understand? So these are the things we need to take consideration of. Every place has an energy. There's spirits of houses. Each house has its own energy and frequency and spirits. So when you come in there, you say, I'm here, I'm the new owner here, right? I cleanse this place. I pray over this place. You put in paper, you clean the floors with salt, you do all sorts of things to clean the place out. You speak into every room. You clean the walls. Sometimes you will paint the walls and everything. Clean it out. Make sure all the windows are open. You pray over your house. Some people get the pastors to come in and pray for the house. Now, you don't have to have a pastor to do it if you know how powerful you are. Your energy, your frequency is powerful. You can bless your own home. But if you don't feel that strong to do that, you can get somebody else to help you, a pastor or even a spiritual healer to come and pray over your home, right? And bless your home. But remember that everybody has the ability to do that, to usher in good energy and release out negative energies because we are very powerful beings. Every single one of us is very powerful, right? So those are things that we can do. Okay, guys. So as I'm closing my live now, remember that you are powerful. Remember that your life experience is based on you, right? Spiritual hygiene and spiritual protection, right? There's a lot of other things I can talk about protection, right? Like the warding and all the other things, right? Warding of your home and everything, that kind of thing, right? I won't talk about that today. I spoke about the mundane things we can do as people, the energetic things we can do on a day-to-day basis, basically. And that's so powerful. Your energy is everything. As soon as you walk into your house, right? Even the spirits of the house can know that you're here. They feel you. You understand? Everything has energy and everything is spiritual. Okay. So a lot of people get scared of the unknown, scared of things that they cannot see. Unfortunately, sweetie pies, 99% of this world is based on the unknown, on the unseen. 99% of it. The physical part of it is very, very, very small because everything is energy, everything is frequency, right? So don't be afraid of the unknown because it's not really unknown. You think it's unknown because you're not tapping into it. You're not tapping into it. There's nothing to be afraid of, especially when you know that you are engaging in good, wholesome frequencies and good, wholesome energy practices like forgiveness, letting go, and all those other things, cleansing your space, keeping it clean, keeping yourself clean as well, praying over yourself and your day and your life, the items you use, your car, whatever it is, your clothes, your electrical appliances in your home, everything. You pray over everything because everything is energy, right? So everything that you have in your house is linked to your own vibration as well. Okay, guys. So have a great week further. It's Sunday today. Have a blessed week in May. Welcome to May. I never did a May reading yet, but I will do it on my TikTok today. A May reading, right, to speak about the energies of May, right, for 2026. All right, guys. So if you have not as yet and you like my topics, right, go ahead and yeah, subscribe to my channel, right, and join my community and become my friend. Right, let's be friends. Let my community grow. And if you feel you want to be part of my growing community, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, guys. I'm Sissin, life coach and motivational speaker, and also spiritual teacher. Okay, so have a great week further and be kind to yourself and others. Ciao, guys. See you all in the next live. Bye. Okay.